What's going on, WCC? It's your man Swerve, and today's a very important day in the history of our nation. It's a very important day. September 11th, as the LUW United States Heavyweight Champion, September 11th means a little bit more to me than it does a lot of other people. I'll never forget where I was on September 11th. Now, a lot of people look at this day as a day of mourning. I look at it as a day of celebration. I look at it as a day of celebration. That's controversial, and I'm in the minority. But you have to remember where you were on September 11th. And I'll never forget where I was September 11th, 2019. You see, there had just been the Ready for War WCC Brawl live event. And it was that night. It was the first time I attempted a cash-in on the then World Heavyweight Champion, the God, Chris Dillsworth. He got saved by SNS and Ray Khan. Odd pairing, but they saved him. I was absolutely going to cash in on him after he was defeated by Thirsty Jack. I don't feel like looking that back up. If I'm wrong, I'm just going to keep going anyway. September 11th holds significance because it was a date that I decided that I was going to give it a little bit more in WCC. You see, up until that time, at Legacy, I had won the Cash in the Bank, Cash in the Vault, whatever you guys call it, the briefcase. The one that Gator's walking around with. I'll be speaking to you in a second too, sir. The one that Gator's walking around with. I won that briefcase. And I tried to show y'all some gold. I tried to do some promos, like this promo right here on my lower right side, your left. Because some people don't know the difference when they try to steal my shit.
I mean, you know about this one right here, right? The one that's on my left. Of course. And then, of course, it's one right here that you were used to be affiliated with.
I tried to show you guys the way it's supposed to be done, the way to build a character. But people rejected it because it was like a good old boys club in here. And I love breaking into those. But one guy sparked my interest. And that was Mel Walker.
I was Mr. Fun and Games too, brother. I was sitting there teasing people and cracking jokes and this and that. All it got me was screwed. And I'm tired of it.
Now, after Mel Walker piqued my interest, I decided to respond. And I did this promo right here on my upper left side, which would be your upper right side. What? You have to account for whether your camera's going to be flipped backwards or not, sir. Anyway, I did that promo, and I'm like, you know what? I like this guy, Mel Walker. He's the first person besides the CEO or Ziggy that made me go, I'm going to give these guys a little bit more. There's nothing for him to do, so I gave him a little bit more. I tried to steal some of his sponsors. Not to be confused with trying to steal his wife. I tried to steal some of his sponsors, but, I had my own sponsors. And I decided to give this place a little bit more. September 11th, 2019, it happened. Now, there's something else I want to address, okay? The naysayers. It's a term that keeps getting thrown around.
For those naysayers.
You see, all the naysayers, all the ones that have doubted WCC Brawl, even when we went on a hiatus to get our shit together, there are people that's out there that's saying that WCC do not have what it takes to go one-on-one to compete with all of these other E-Feds in this world.
Chris said it. Gator said it. They're brothers, so I guess they think alike. Naysayers. Let's be very clear about the naysayers, okay? There are no naysayers. That's me, okay? What they're saying is people doubt that WCC can go back to the way it was. That's me. I'm the naysayer. I don't believe WCC can go back to what it was. I don't believe it can. I take that back. I believe it can. I don't believe it will. I don't believe it will. You lost too much momentum. You lost too many superstars. What? I can't be doubtful? Huh? I'm the only person qualified to be doubtful because I've been doing this shit longer than any of you. And if you want to say John May, I'll say I've been doing it longer than any of you on the level that I'm doing it on. No disrespect to John, but he would not disagree with that. So I'm qualified to say I can look at an E-Fed and go, that's not going to last. Here is the problem. I don't know about that guy. I'm qualified to speak on it in a way that none of you are. Nobody's rooting for you to fail. Nobody wants you to fail. This is not where the promo was supposed to go, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I was talking to Scotty Mack yesterday, and this is a shoot. I was speaking to him yesterday about some bullshit that happened in UWO. You know, the guys that pillaged your best talent and gave you nothing back? Huh? I was talking to him about UWO. And you know what Scotty Mack said to me? After all the shit that you guys have been through, he said, hey, yo, how'd WCC's first show go? I said, bro, it went good. You know what he said? He said, good. What? Nobody's rooting for y'all to fail. Nobody wants to see y'all on the ground because this E-Fed succeeding is good for all E-Feds. Me especially. When I say I'm the longest reigning ever WCC World Heavyweight Champ, I don't want to be like, yeah, WCC don't exist no more. Huh? I want you guys to do well, but you lost too much. You fumbled somebody who could have been the biggest star in this company, Scotty Mack. You allowed a relationship with Mega, something that could have been solved by a person-to-person conversation or a phone call, to deteriorate. Huh? And then I'm going away. So now, losing all of that, you have to create new stars. Can you do it? I think it's possible. Will you do it? I don't know. I haven't seen anything to tell me that you will. What's to say that you will? You guys were around for what, 18 months and then folded, huh? If you guys are still here next year on September 11th, I will be the first person to walk in here and say, hey, I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. I'll be the first one to say it. But stop saying that naysayer shit. Just say my motherfucking name. I don't believe that you will. Of course you can. Of course, somebody in here can be a bigger star than Scotty Mack was going to be. Of course somebody in here can bring to the admin team what Mega brought to the admin team. Of course somebody... You're not going to replace Hurt, but still, God damn it. You can try. Gator, you're walking around with the briefcase, and that is something that I have to respond to as your future WCC World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I've been in your position before. I walked around with the briefcase. Again, this is the 1 year anniversary of, it was actually September 9th, but just go with it, okay? It was that 1 year anniversary of when I tried to cash in on Chris Dillsworth with my briefcase. And then I took some time after that, and I did a couple of things where, like, my music played, but I didn't come out. And I threatened, and I walked in the ring and looked down at him. And then, when the time was right, I took what I wanted. Men do what they want. Boys do what they can. Hater, which one are you? You gonna do what you can? You gonna do what you want? Are you gonna really just swing it around and just walk into the ring and take it? 'Cause let me tell you something. Me and Mel got something special going on. My suggestion to you is that you stay out of it. Because you're not going to be able to beat me after I take the belt from Mel. It's not going to happen. I still got plenty of juice left for you. And Mel, well, I don't like anybody picking my bones. I don't feel like pausing. So think wisely. When you talk about the briefcase, you talk about cashing in, that Intercontinental Championship that Sage is holding looks mighty tasty. Your brother, that Extreme title that he took from you, maybe you want that back. That grid championship that my opponent's wife is holding, you could go take that because he's not paying any attention to her. And CB, Legends Champ, go take that belt. Those are all things that you can obtain. Play with those. Don't play with me. Now, Mel Walker, I have just stated on the record that I don't believe that this company that you are the champion of for now will be active in a year, will be popping in a year, will have stars to replace what you have lost in a year. Those three things. Active, popping, new big stars. It's up to you going forward to prove me wrong. But I'm going to help you guys out the best I can by taking that belt off of you and taking it around the world and hopefully getting enough of a buzz that people will want to come in and win it. It'll give you a boost. It'll give you a head start. You don't have to thank me. You're welcome. And as always, I'll see you soon.